Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing, man? Hey, it's nice to be back. Still not 100%. I know I was gone for last Wednesday and Friday. Still not 100%. Still dealing with this sinus issues from this little season, up and down season that we have here. Yeah, right now we're down in the 40s, so some warm days, some cold days, and sometimes that kind of mess with you a little bit. And some seasons it mess with you a little more than others. So, but anyhow, I'm good enough to come and do something here. I can get through this quickly. Because I still got a slight little cough. I don't want to be coughing on while I'm doing this, so I can get through this here quickly. But this here, I just want to do a quick reminder, guys. I want to do a quick reminder. First, let me say a happy Monday to everyone. Hope you guys having a great day today. But I want to do a quick reminder today. I want to do a quick reminder in Ephesians 6, 1 through 4, right? Just a quick reminder, so I won't spend too much of time, right? It said, children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord, for this is the right thing to do. Honor your father and your mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. If you honor your father and mother, things will go well with you. Things will go well for you, and you will have a long life on the earth. Beverly Gomes, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? So this is, right? So he's saying, honor children, obey your parents, because you belong to the Lord. For this is the right thing to do, right? This is the right thing to do. Say, honor your father and your mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, right? So guys, I don't want us to overlook these things. They're saying this is the first commandment with a promise. And here was the promise. If you honor your father and your mother, things will go well for you. It will go well for you. And you will have a long life on the earth. So first of all, guys, like I said, these laws here, it doesn't matter if you believe in them or not. Look at your relationship with your parents. Are you honoring them? If things going well, things not going well, your long life. Nicole's, am I yours? Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? How are you doing this morning? Right? So look at your life and see how things are going for you. Because this said this is a commandment, the first commandment with a promise, right? And the promise is, if you honor your father and your mother, things will go well for you and you will have long life on the earth. So you want long life, you want things to go well with you. It's saying start by honoring your parents. Start by honoring your parents. And let's go on and just read the other part about parents. It said, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instructions that comes from the Lord, right? So guys, that's why I come back to training up a child. In the scripture, we talk about training up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. So first, if parents should train up their children, bring them up, I said, like they say here, Father, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instructions that comes from the Lord. So first, if they start by training them up with the discipline and instructions that come from the Lord, it's a little easier for children to obey the parents, right? It's a little easier because you're getting that discipline that comes from the Lord. Andrew Beresford, good morning, good morning. And if you're getting that discipline that comes from the Lord, that discipline saying that you know you're going to respect your parents, right? So it starts there. But I can talk to church. If your parents did not do that, I'm telling you, it's still not an excuse for you not to honor them, right? Because some parents did some real hurtful things to children and they're still holding on it right now. Good morning, Jillian. They're still holding on it right now. But I'm saying, this is just like forgiveness. This is just like forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. So even if... Okay, Nicole. Okay, Myers. He said even up to last night to read Ephesians 6. Okay, great. Well, there's just a confirmation for you. There's just a confirmation for you right now, right? So you know you was on the right track talking to your son last night. Yeah, so even if your parents don't bring did not treat you with the respect, I'm saying this is just like forgiveness. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. It's setting your own self free. So this here, even if your parents did you something really bad, and I know some parents hurt some kids really, really bad, and mess the life up in some way, shape, or form. But I'm saying this is not for them. You still need to honor them. Honor them does not mean you agree with everything they're doing and you just forget all the hurt that they cause, but you got to still treat them with respect because there's your parents, right? Still treat them with respect because it's your parents. Because hear what this is saying. This is the first commandment with a promise. This is saying this stuff comes with a promise. Right? And what's the promise? That things may go, if you honor your father and your mother, things will go well for you and you will have a long life on the earth. This is a promise. So don't let your parents, regardless of what they did to you, rob you of this promise. Right? So this is not about them now. You still honor them because you're saying this is the right thing to do, guys. And as parents, we need to do our part and don't provoke our children, because we could do a lot of things that could provoke them, right? But you say rather bring them up with the discipline and instructions that comes from the Lord. So this stuff go hand in hand, right? And some people might say, man, Gregory, but my parents gone. You don't know what they did to me, but they're all dead. How could I make it up? Yes, you could still forgive them right now. If you still hold in what the things that they do to you, even if they're dead and they're gone, still forgive them for the things that they did to you. Man, this stuff is look, this not forgiving and holding this grudge and all this could drive you to do some crazy stuff. The grossest, most crazy thing I heard is about 2 months ago, I was watching our local news, and in one of the little towns right outside of Houston, this gentleman, I think he's in about early 40s or so, he going to visit his mother's grave. And every time he go and visit his mother's grave, it's smelling like urine, and he's seeing these little bags with like feces in it. And he's like, what is going on? Every time he go and visit this mother's grave, it always smell full of urine and these little bags around it with this stuff in it. And he set up a camera to see what was going on. He put a camera there. And every morning, this gentleman, an old guy, would come and he would urinate in his mother's grave and leave these little bags now and then there. But every day as a ritual, this older gentleman coming. And when he investigate, this guy was married to his mother for 10 years back in the 70s. I'm talking about 2002 right now. And this man was married to her in the 70s for 10 years, and they had a real bad breakup. I don't know if the guy was even alive when they was married. But they had a really bad breakup. And he hold this grudge for all these years. So he making his duty. That's what this holding on these things could drive you to do some crazy stuff. That's the craziest I ever heard. But even in her day, he going to her grave every day and making her grave his urinal. And then leaving his feces there on the woman's grave because he still hold on that grudge. Whatever happened with them since in the 70s. Right, guys? So I'm saying that's how much, as people say, how much real estate that woman take up in his head. I mean, he is stuck. He can't do nothing. All he's still thinking about is what this woman did to him his whole life. That he got to make a trip every day out from where he lives and don't know how far he's coming from to do what he's doing. So I'm saying, guys, don't let those the hatred for what your parents did to you. They're still your parents. I could go a lot of depth into this. They're still your parents. Regardless of what they do, you still got their DNA. The things that they do can still affect you because they're your parents. So they're saying honor them. So right now, if things not going so well with you guys, whoever, look back and see what's your relationship with my parents. Probably he's saying long life. So even if you got some sickness and all going on, examine the relationship with your parents and see how it is, right? Honor them. Forgive them for the things that they did. And you move on with your life and get this promise. Let's read it over again and get this promise. It says, children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord, for this is the right thing to do. He's saying it's the right thing to do. He ain't saying if they hurt you, don't do it. He says the right thing to do. Honor your father and your mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. What is the promise? If you honor your father and your mother, things will go well for you. And you will have a long life on the earth. And you don't have to agree with their lifestyle, what they're doing. It's not saying you got to agree with them with the lifestyle. You're not against the lifestyle they're doing and the things they're doing. You hate that. Hate that. Come against that, right? Come against that. You pray for them. Come against that. But you still check them out. You still check upon them. You still do whatever you got to do for them. You still treat them with respect, even though they may not treating you with respect, because they're saying it's the right thing to do, right, guys? I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it there, man. But let's go on and don't miss out on this promise. And as parents, let's do our part. They say, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instructions that comes from the Lord. See, once we do that, and we bring them up with the discipline, it's a lot easier for them to obey the parents, to honor the parents. Right, guys? I'm going to leave that there, man, but I'm glad to be back. And we'll talk again on Wednesday. Okay, then. Goodbye.